with some more of The Wire, Season 1, Episode 2, The Detail.
Details?
So many details.
Who are we, Chris? Who are you?
What happened in the last... What?
Who are you? Who are we? Who are you? Chris?
What do you mean, who am I?
Never mind. You introduced our names last time, so I thought you were gonna do it again.
Oh, I'm Chris. This is Marquetta. Over there is. Introduce yourself, guys.
I'm Serge, Pat, Runna, and Spidey. Hey. That is it.
We get to get cool names at the end of Season 1.
Ooh. Oh, I want to be Snot Boogie.
Meh.
You like Snot Boogie?
You gotta make up your own name. You can't just get a name. You gotta make up your own.
We respect that man.
Alright, fine. Alright, Snot Boogie. In respect to Snot Boogie, I feel bad. No.
You're the bedwetter.
So does anybody want to speculate, or are we jumping straight in?
I kind of want to just jump straight in, to be honest. Yeah.
This whole movie gives me the feeling of like Hardball when G-Baby died, and I'm just ready to cry.
Fucking
I think something's gonna happen.
G-Baby.
Did you guys not see Hardball? Keanu Reeves is a bass.
Oh, that movie! Oh yeah!
Wasn't that the dude from American Pie? No, it was LL Cool J. It was LL Cool J.
What LL Cool J do?
LL Cool J.
Wasn't he in Hardball?
No.
Well, I thought it was Keanu Reeves!
Hey, Keanu Reeves!
But I thought he was in that movie with them.
No,
I
man.
think they were a different movie.
No, but man, I know Hardball was a shit, bro.
It's a tearjerker,
That, bro, I swear my mama, man, that's the first time I ever cried over a movie. I was like, in theaters, like Hardball, bro.
Yeah, you guys gotta see that one.
Damn.
I was thinking of Rollerball.
Man, that kid was so, he was funny, and then it killed him.
Well, guys, this is not a market substitute. Please support The Wire. We're watching it on Hulu. We're watching it on HBO, plugging on Hulu. And you can support us on Patreon if you would like to watch ahead of us. We're probably a few episodes into season 1 by now. Check out our uncuts on there as well. Support us on Instagram, TikTok, all of our social media endeavors. Runner's our social media queen here. Like this video, comment if you can't do anything else. We're going to start this the World Cup.
That's the way it's alright. One from the bar still case.
No!
We didn't even know who the fuck he was.
Wait, was that the guy from Janitor from last episode?
Yeah.
Janitor?
Guy works maintenance down at Pub Homes. Lives alone, no wife, no kids. The only time his name pops up on the courthouse computer is for being a state witness in Barlow's case. Otherwise, I don't even make that connection.
Oh my god.
I mean, you gotta admit, it don't make sense.
Just right there? Oh, they're in the mark.
Jesus, this sounds...
What are you gonna tell the major? That I caught a stone fucking whodunit. Why get the bosses riled? Before we know for sure. Look, if I start talking shit that a witness got killed, just cover yourself on it. You ain't gonna do what I think, man.
We'll talk to the judge.
I'll just stir some more shit up.
Whoa!
You cannot lose if you do not play.
Yep.
Not lose, not
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
What was that one? That's Abe Lincoln, right?
I think so.
Talking to you, my major's ready to cut my throat.
No, Jimmy, you knew I was gonna make that call, admit it.
I didn't think you would have straight up hang me out on the line in the shitstorm.
It's not like it was when I was a prosecutor. I'm a judge now. The rules are different.
Okay, so they used to be buddies and shit. That's why he was also able to just talk to him last time.
Just put it to the deputy officer. You lost a witness who testified in your court. And when you call Burrell this time, you forget my fucking name.
Have a seat.
What is this?
What?
Oh my god, fuck that.
It's like a boiler room or something.
Sir,
Are you kidding?
he was showing me the trigger pull on his Glock, and he was just...
Detective?
Officer Przybylewski shot the wall, Lieutenant.
Why?
Why did you shoot the wall, Officer Przybylewski?
I was just showing Carl how my trigger pull is light, you know?
I got it.
He's about to reprimand the shit out of you.
But not the one in the chain.
Lance Reddick is super intimidating, man. His eyes.
Think the man got paid? Man, who invented these?
He richer than them motherfuckers.
Wow. Nigga, please. The man who invented them things, just some sad ass down at the basement of McDonald's. Thinking of some shit to make some money for the real place. Nah, man, that ain't right. Fuck right. It ain't about right. It's about money.
Damn, you're right.
And the nigga who invented them things, still working in the basement for regular wage, nigga, some shit to make the fries taste better, some shit like that.
He's right though.
That's just how that business, the capitalism works. I mean, you think Steve Jobs is thinking those people that create apps and shit for, or what, Tim Cook now. I think he's thinking like the lower level people that are actually coming up with the innovations to make a faster chip.
There's probably an automated email by now.
Yeah.
Good job.
Fake
thanks.
signature. A Photoshop picture.
He fired 2 clips into an unmarked car somewhere out in West Baltimore. Called in a signal 13 on the radio like he was under fire from a sniper. He stuck to his story for half a day till ballistics matched the bullet to his off-duty weapon.
Wow.
We almost indicted him for false reports.
Why didn't you?
He's got some kind of suction with the mayor's office.
He's related to some big shot. I knew it.
I can't. He could have often let me pick who I wanted, but he didn't. He sent me a message on this.
And the message is?
Don't dig in. Don't get fancy.
Yeah, he's giving him a shit
Put
up
a
on the
quick charge
shit.
on this. Since we good police, I might get it into my head to do good police work. But if the state's attorney's office would.
No.
For this.
Office.
Rhonda.
Rhonda. We go back.
My office doesn't play that way. You people staff your cases, you bring us casework. I cross that line and like piss everyone off.
He's trying. He's trying out here.
Best I can.
I know. Look at the difference between the 2 food items that we've seen so far. The 2 different settings those characters are in. Chicken nuggets to store sushi. If ever gonna see another one. Stomp.
Oh shit, stealth mission. Fuck. What the fuck kind of team? I hate him.
Don't worry, Green Goblin's gonna mow his ass down when he goes after Spider-Man. He's busy trying to get between them.
Hey, gentlemen, what's going on there, guys?
That's this man already out.
No.
Oh,
I'm
shit, that's what you do.
I'm offering my services to y'all. You got the bag. The one thing a gentleman cut like better than a new pair of downtown shoes. Downtown Grand, right?
The fucking lens, bro.
Very realistic shake to that. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the actual lens they use in the shot right here.
Yeah, that is a nice one.
Also, the hat's fucking clean, bro.
The hat was dope, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, okay, that's pretty dope hat.
McNulty.
Just pop a squat.
I feel like McNulty's been to the barbecue a few times.
Yeah.
My kids are ouch.
Sorry.
Y'all asking me about that shit? I thought you heard what the jury had to say.
Oh, fuck the jury.
Hey, fuck the jury. This is just us talking, right? It's just you, me, my partner, and what do you say your name was?
I didn't say shit.
Just you, me, my partner, Mr. Shit here. We're just talking about how, hey, Bonk, file for your thoughts.
I'm thinking it's one thing for when you little terrorist niggas to shoot somebody in the lobby of the 221 building. Gives a fuck.
Right, but when you ace a witness,
Working man.
who ain't even in the game.
I don't think he did it though. I don't think he did it.
I don't know, man.
You see bumps of the hand like anybody. You take some pictures, alright? Especially the red one. You see him put that red hand on anybody's head.
Oh, he was ordered to put the hat on like the main players, I guess, or what?
Notice that most of the time it's like Tina thinks she's a boss or something. I don't see any stripes on the fucking sleeve.
I mean, she's smarter than your ass.
All I see is some stuck-up dank bitch who ain't been in CID half the time you or me, and she's fucking telling us what to do. It ain't right. You think it's right?
Well, I'm trying to fucking work, bro.
Right, what are you doing? Shut up.
You guys are on the jaw. Let's grab a beer and talk about this later.
Go deal with your foot, Carver.
D'Angelo, better bend the fuck over.
Damn.
Man, y'all got
Stop my frisk.
No.
Can they just randomly do that?
Yeah, I think someone advocated for stop the frisk.
Or some shit.
Can't remember who.
Right, D.
Oh, it's these fingers in the truck there.
He's like, really?
Mr. Essence.
You gonna bring this bullshit?
You can't just like randomly frisk somebody like that, right?
I mean, if you're arrested,
When didn't stop and frisk become a thing though? Like in the 2000s, early 2000s, or is that just?
that was like mid 2000s.
The newspapers get a hold of this, it'll be a complete clusterfuck.
Okay, so the thing to do is reassure the judge. Keep him off his damn soapbox. And arrest the 2 would help.
What if it's true? What if Barksdale ordered the murder of a state's witness?
Are you serious?
Why would anyone do that after the witness testifies?
It's effect on others, dude. It's a message.
This is a poor fucking city, gentlemen. The last thing we ever need to do is to announce we lost the witness.
You gotta pull McNulty off this.
We pull McNulty up, the judge will bring the press into this. Let McNulty take his best shot and hope like hell he
Everyone
comes up
just
short.
doesn't want to do shit. They're just like, they don't want to take any risks. They just want.
I'm trying to front and see right through.
Everyone's just worrying about their fucking reputation and like doing work. Like, then we gotta bring the media into the. It's just, come on.
A lot of cops trying not to be cops. It's kind of funny.
Right. Yeah.
It's all politicking TikTok.
Look, I want to do this case. So do I. Well, then you're going to get all the way in, Lieutenant. So you get all the way in, I know who you are, what you're about. Who is he? D'Angelo Barksdale, nephew to the king.
The king.
That's one. What do you have to connect him to the dead witness?
Not a thing.
Why'd you pick him up?
Wrestling.
So they can just do
flexi
that?
shows.
I guess.
That's so fucked
What year
up.
was this?
She goes.
This is 2002.
We don't need her. Uncle me, we got our own rhythm.
You want me in McNulty? I thought you said you wanted me in.
Oh, this is how we get the
You're
team
along for the
together.
citizens' homicides place.
We're gonna put the Wire team together.
Yeah, took him an episode. I know. It took him an episode to trust his ass, but now he's like, all right, I'm in. Let me hear it. Who the fuck is this dude?
You know what that poor son of a bitch was? Citizen. Worked every goddamn day of his life. He would get up every day, go out, and do maintenance work. Then on the weekends, he was driving a cab out to the airport.
3 kids, young too.
5,
Aww.
8.
I don't think he did it, man.
He don't look like
He's
Right, I don't look like
Well, he like hired somebody.
I don't even think they think he did it.
Yeah, he feels soft. He don't look like
They're just trying to squeeze him. 'Cause I don't even think they think he did it, but maybe it's like Idris Elba, whatever his name is, Stinger.
I'm sorry for the man, but I ain't got nothing to say.
You sorry? You sorry for him? You fucking killed the man.
No.
Yes, you did. I mean, we don't think that you shot him or anything. But if you weren't so busy lighting folks up in the high-rise lobby, he ain't coming out of the elevator and seeing it happen.
Yeah, they're guilt tripping the fuck out of him.
Those kids that still got shot in the barber shop. One asshole chases another into Teddy's house in Natural, empties a 9. That little kid, instead of getting his first haircut, he gets 1 in the eye.
It's working.
Remember that?
Yo.
It's fucked up.
Yes, it is.
Ain't had to do that. Your man was just my thing.
He's about to give it. He's gonna be their rat. He's gonna be their CI.
They ain't had to do that.
Bro, you already gotta bust out the picture now.
Yeah, kicking ones down, man.
I know,
We need the
damn.
facts.
Come on.
No mom and no daddy.
Fuck, bro.
I tell you what I think you should do, D'Angelo. But I think you could just sit here for a moment or two, collect your thoughts, And then I think it might be a good thing for you to write a little letter to those children.
Dude, come on. I mean, I guess you gotta commit to this tactic if you're gonna go this tactic. It's working. Yeah, man, you can emotional guilt trip the fuck out of him until that he gives him something. Totally.
See, I feel like this is like
This is non-lethal. I mean, would you rather him actually waterboard his ass?
Well, no. But like, I feel like this is psychological torture. Like you can't be fucking with somebody like that.
What they're saying though is
Same
like,
shit. This
facts,
is telling
though.
fact, right? You're just telling the honest truth. He's not lying or making anything up.
He's definitely phrasing it in a way to make him feel the worst way
Yeah.
possible, but
Wait for your lawyer, dude.
Lawyer's slow.
Right.
lawyers out there like
Yeah,
getting
they're about
bogged
to
down
fire
in
the
security.
boy.
They're like, you ain't take the watch off, sir.
That was the got good to me. What can I say?
Tricks, they were lying. See, they can't redo that. That's fake shit. See, that ain't cool.
Thanks.
See, that's not cool. You see, this is what I'm talking about.
Bitches, I was there gonna
This is
cry.
worse.
Oh my God.
This is
I'm
worse.
like,
than
there's
physical
torture
facts.
facts.
That's worse than physical torture,
Pretty
y'all.
genius though. I mean, pretty genius to get a confession out of his ass, but damn, I thought they were speaking facts for a second.
Your client gave no statement. We took no statement. He just decided voluntarily to write a letter
To the victim's family.
Shut
Up. And charge her?
No charge.
Free to go. That's what I was thinking. If they weren't arresting him, he could have walked out at any point.
They got him, man. They got that was the.
Can you not just take the letter back?
Nah, the acting
Like,
was
right,
so
like-
good. You could see
like-
he was really affected by the things they were telling him. Like he's so pissed off now.
Like writing a letter now, you're connected to them. Why would you write a letter if you're not connected to them in any way?
Right.
I hope the letter
so
is
good.
just like the lyrics to the Thriller album.
I didn't like how they're fucking lying.
Pat, you gotta do what you gotta do to get the information you need.
Good cop, bad cop.
They were both bad cops.
There's no way you can read that letter think that man was killed for any other reason than he was a witness. This case needs informants, it needs long-term surveillance, and eventually it's going to need a Title III wiretap. Most of all,
The wire, they need the wire.
Got a wire in there.
Like I said, get in and out.
All right, these three putting in work right here. This is the dream.
That's the
team
A-team right there.
Your name?
I love Bob.
Stringer, Weebay, you know a lot of names.
But you ain't say nothing?
Shit, man, I don't know nothing.
Why was you writing it?
You heard about the writing?
They was talking, they started crying about how the kids ain't doing so good. So, like it ain't gonna hurt for me to say I'm sorry the man got killed.
How the fuck you gotta say you sorry? Motherfuckers tried to put your ass in the stunt.
Yeah, but it didn't turn out that way. So I'm saying, it's a shame that y'all...
That y'all even killed.
What you think, Cuz?
No, what?
You think we killed him for?
No, they don't kill his own
You
family.
don't think so? If you fucking want business now.
Exactly. You don't know and you don't need to know. And if we did, we had a reason. And if we didn't, we had a reason. But either way, you ain't got shit to do with it. It ain't on you, cuz.
But it
So
is
they
also, though, you know.
Now,
If it didn't happen, he
if
would
you
be
get
dead.
dead, I don't want to hear shit about you writing nothing to no one. Got it?
Damn, man, you get a lot of chances over here.
He fanbo slice.
I mean, the mafia groups or whatever, they don't go against family like that.
They a gang, but yeah, they're pretty organized like a mafia. Oh no, this dude is exactly who I thought he was going to be.
They're about to go down here and fuck some shit up.
I guess all of them, but
He's always in a bad cop. Like a dirty cop in every fucking movie he plays. In Ray Donovan he was.
Drop that shit! Take the fuck your hands off! Feel me like I ain't talking English, motherfucker. You got a needle on you? Got anything in here that's gonna stick me?
I would put my hands down.
Bro, man, what the fuck?
Put your pants down, man. Put your pants down and get down to the ground. Down on the fucking ground!
This is not right.
Father Gabriel.
This is a robbery.
Move, shitbird.
I ain't doing nothing. Really? What? I got nothing for you.
Jesus Christ.
Who you gonna hide? You serious? Lean on my car? Lean on my car. Get your shit off my car.
I mean, he fucking hit his ass with the gun.
And that's what death is against you, motherfuckers.
Fuck's the matter with you?
What's the matter with you? You guys also did the same shit. I mean, you
Right.
didn't go that far, but you better leave.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, it's trying to fuck you motherfuckers up.
Get in the car, bro.
No, these motherfuckers need to get got.
Leave with
No,
your
bro,
tail
they get in the
between
car
your
and
legs.
leave. Oh, you did do your TV. They do your fucking
Let's go.
Leave. You came
Y'all
here
some
first.
dumbass.
Get that one motherfucker first.
771 Franklin, in the court.
Y'all fucking.
Is that a gunshot?
Shots fired, officers need assistance.
Shots fired?
Yeah, that's good. Somebody use that.
Now you guys take tough shots now, huh?
I hope Plebeian gets shot.
Yeah, he needs to get shot.
Vegetarian? Pleaser?
You know, like that fucking guy who just got the job because of his fucking family.
Got your car and drove.
My God, that's how things escalate. You go out there for a fucking power trip, and then you're like, "Oh, now they're throwing TVs at us." That's what happens, man.
What? Like a god.
Just tell me, dog. Right. Just tell me what it is. It's gonna take me a minute.
Oh no. You happy now, bitch?
What is that?
McNulty! Where the fuck is he?
I do not want that fucking man's desk in my unit.
That's Crutchfield's desk.
Crutchfield's.
McNulty sits here.
Yeah, you on a motherfucking fire trip, then he needs to go get got too,
He's not
bro.
gonna pick that shit up.
What's that about?
I got a 14-year-old in critical but stable condition at university, and 2 witnesses who say one of you, Princess Cole, copped him with a butt end of her pistol. I got his mother over the IID filing a formal brutality charge.
Yeah, get him
which
off.
will make it even 4 in the last 2 years.
Hold on, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Now tell me, who Cole copped the key?
Oh, who do
This
you
motherfucking asshole.
Oh, who do you
Look
think?
right at him.
And he knows with his whole heart.
Me.
Thank you.
Why?
Fuck him.
I was power tripping, sir.
You pissed me off. You
Oh,
pissed
shit.
me off.
Block him back.
He did not piss you off. He made you fear for your safety and that of your fellow officers.
Oh, damn.
I'm guessing now. He was sent to pick up a bottle and menace officers Hawk and Carver, both of whom had already sustained injury from flying projectiles. Rather than use deadly force in such a situation, maybe you were likely to approach the youth, ordering him to drop the bottle. Maybe when he raised the bottle,
This is fucking nuts. You gotta do your fucking lying for you, too.
You fucked the bullshit up when you talked to him, Tony. I can't fix it. You're on your own.
My dad can fix it. He's in the mayor's office. I'm very proud of you.
Raymond's back to here for a second.
Intellect case?
I have so many things to say about that scene.
You should have hung them.
Fucked up how he said that shit, man, but it would have impeded the case completely then. I don't know, there's no excuse for it, but
This case is just
Get out of it.
How do I do that?
I don't know, but you can't lose if you don't play.
Oh, there it is.
Yep. At least you can't play Marla.
The department puts you in a case it doesn't want. You're giving people that are useless or untrustworthy. If you push too hard and any shit hits the fan, you'll be blamed for it. If you don't push hard enough and there's no arrest, you'll be blamed for that too. The game is rigged, but you cannot lose if you do not play.
Oh shit! What?
He's like, that's my woman.
But how? Also, I love that he actually tells his wife everything.
Well, sleeping. A little nappy nap.
That's gunshots. Those are gunshots. Okay, never mind.
Please don't stop.
Is he drunk?
Yeah, he is parked on a hill on the sidewalk.
We could literally do this at the canal, guys, by the zoo.
Get drunk and park our cars on the sidewalk?
Yes.
On a hill?
Yes, and skit tits. No.
Yeah, fuck the cop up, bro. Yeah, let that ass
Just
go.
lose a whole eye getting cold cocked.
Blind woman.
Oh.
Kid. The 14-year-old.
Take the eye.
It's gonna be a nice one.
He ain't getting out. He's gonna
I hope we take McNulty's eye. Or not McNulty, Carver's eye.
Yeah, I would have taken Carver's eye.
Carver, but Carver's not the
I'm
guy
not Carver,
that did it. Presbyterian.
Beluski.
Yeah, that dude.
Presverzian. Walski.
Presbeluski.
Preserve your balls.
Presbeluski.
It's a Polish name.
Polish food.
Hey.
Oh.
Nice. This was a good episode.
How'd you
I
do
mean,
that?
this episode just like this and like other, shows are more, true life things. It just makes me realize like how fucked up our system really is sometimes. Just like little mini reminders. I need it.
All the time.
For me, I don't watch this kind of stuff all the time.
The whole bit where, again, trouble with their names, but Lance Reddick's character, the one at the end right there.
Daniels.
The lieutenant.
Daniels?
Daniels.
Like, Lieutenant. When the Lieutenant told Przeworski what to say exactly, like, it was fucked up, and I want to say, like, oh, he shouldn't do that, justice, but then again, I guess he's wanted the case to stay alive, so they can actually go after the big cheese and all of this.
You should tell it to the kid who's missing an eyeball.
That's exactly.
And he's working with the shit that was shoveled in his way, like, oh, you gotta work with these idiots who are gonna do something like this dumb and, like, get them off the case, but I don't know, like she said, you can't win or lose if you don't play, but how does he just stop playing?
I mean, he could quit. He could just quit his job. Or he could just, that's it.
So, my understanding is that his wife is scared that, like, he's gonna ruin his career with this case. Because it's essentially like a lost case already. Or, like, very convoluted, complicated case. It's very hard to, like, go through. It involves drugs, like narcotics, it involves murder. So, like, it's, I don't know. His wife clearly just like wants him to like do good at his job.
But he does seem to care because when he was talking to McNulty, he was like, "I do want to see this case through. Like, I want to know what's happening here." And he was clearly frustrated that he was giving these shitty people to work on the case with. So, are you guys okay with him making the decision there to give that fuckboy like an alibi or make that shit up?
It's not okay. I don't think he only did it just for the case. I think he did it to save his own ass and his department and everything.
Because he told his wife said, you should have hung him. And he said, if I'd have hung them, I'd have hung myself.
Also, Presbeluski was supposed to be in office. Like, he was on, like, cleric duty. He wasn't supposed to be out in the street. Also, I'd rather not...
Something you had control of.
But the lieutenant took him under his wing, though, so he just threw him there with the others.
Yeah. I was telling Chris that I'm very confused about, like, on duty, off duty, switch for, like, cops. Because I don't think that if you're drunk as shit and you're off duty, that you can, like, enforce law. Even if you see a crime happen. You're literally, like, McNulty parked in the middle of a park. On a sidewalk. And try to walk towards people like breaking into a car. Like, come on, that's not your job at that point because you're not a cop at that point. You're just a civilian. Like you shouldn't be
Exactly.
brandishing
like,
your
smells.
fucking badge in front of those people.
Or about the 3 people who just drank beers and then got in the car. The 3 cops drank beers, got in the car.
and
and
then
conduct field
attacked an
interviews.
apartment complex.
Yeah, and they conduct field interviews.
And then they
Like,
got your ass beat. You're upset.
Yeah, that's the
Well, that was the
thing.
difference
But like,
I feel like
well, like were they on duty
decided
or
not
not?
to.
no. So the 3 were on duty.
no, they were not.
No,
They're off duty.
It was 2 in the morning.
Yeah, it's 2 in the morning. They're off duty. They were drunk and they just want to go fuck shit up because they're just assholes.
What did you guys think about Bubbles and his hats?
I love Bub.
I fucking love
That
Bob
was a good
so
idea.
much.
Definitely fucks with Bubs. He's still doing crack, so but I mean we'll get over that at some point. So he's
That's
still
what he
doing
said,
crack and
right?
all that stuff, but
Did
he'll
he
be.
say he's still getting like hits or whatever?
I think that's why they gave him the 20 or he
Yeah.
wanted 10.
Yeah, he gave him the 20, and then all of a sudden that's when he knew dude was going for his smack.
Because he was still like, he's like
Smack
feeling
her.
restless and stuff, and he's like, yeah, you need to carry me over.
Right, just
and
to get me by.
yeah.
Get me by.
And she's like, don't go back to the project stuff. 'Cause
I don't know, man.
But I
But Buzz's idea was dope though, like the
Yeah.
whole hat thing. Because like those fucking 3 morons would have fucking caught on to that, they actually would have known they're doing good police work.
And he's a well-known crackhead. Like they know Bub. You know Bub selling.
So how
money.
does doesn't crack fuck with your memory? How does he have like good memory?
I've never done it.
I don't know.
I don't know what crack does,
honestly.
but
Yeah, it doesn't mess with your reasoning to make money.
definitely knows how to
Yes,
like
it
work
does.
an audience though. The way he had to get the hat back from them before he gave it to the next person to wear. Because it was very deliberate who had to wear the hat. So
Not give it to certain people.
Also, I think they're doing dope because you've seen them shoot it up. You don't shoot up crack.
I mean,
Right?
I've seen a
crack.
few.
You shoot up crack.
Well,
I haven't seen a crackhead
He's
be on
a
crack.
crackhead, just a general dopehead.
I've seen when they were sober.
The only crack I've ever seen or heard of was from like literally Breaking Bad.
Oh man,
It's meth, dude.
Meth. I mean, I heard
Yeah,
Indiana,
what's the
like,
difference?
without getting into whatever artist, Indiana in general has like a meth problem
Yeah,
here, I
yeah.
think. Is it or opiates or
A lot of
heroin?
small
It's
towns
all
do get
those-
opioid problems.
all the things.
All those things.
Oh my god,
But
no.
meth, yes.
So no, I'm asking Pat though. Like Pat, how do you feel about Bubbles? I know you were upset at him last episode.
Pat?
Oh, no, I thought Chris was saying.
Oh yeah, no, I asked him that too during the episode. He just said he was just saying that he still deserved to get his ass beat. His friend still deserved to get his ass beat for trying to rip off like drug dealers in the projects. Like you know what you're getting into at that.
Yeah,
point.
but
it's not
I mean,
surprising, I guess. Maybe
He didn't
deserve
like
it, but it's
Bubbles
not
for Bubbles'
surprising.
decision to work with the police.
Yeah, I didn't like Bubbles because he snitched, but because he should have known the rules. Like, hey, you know, I try to fuck with these people. I should expect the outcome from that. So then why snitch on them? And on top of that, they're also your suppliers too.
Nah, man, you can get crack anywhere.
Yeah.
Hey, all comes out from one source eventually.
I see.
With the almighty crack
Used to work at my
source.
dad's used to work at my
Almighty
dad's
crack
gas
guy.
station, and like people used to come in late, you know, get like, all right, let me get the glass rose and the chore boy, and I was like, what is this combo that people always get? It costs like $2-3. The chore boy is like the, you know, the thing you scrub dishes with.
Yeah.
And then the glass rose. You ever see the gas stations? There's just like a little plastic thing with like a tiny little rose in it. I always thought like,
Yeah,
oh, that's
that's
like a
so
romantic
pretty.
thing. That's a crack pipe.
Yeah,
That's what you get that and
it's
the
cheap
chore
one.
boy, and it's a cheap way to make a quick little crack pipe.
So there's a rose pipe. You can buy rose pipes from.
You get those from the gas station, bro. They're like $1 roses. They're just like
I know what the
they're
roses
almost
are. I
like
still gotta use a scrub with it to make it.
The scrubs.
When I was a teenager
Oh my
living in Indianapolis, one of my friends, he knew a spot that like sold like paraphernalia, and he was like, bro, they got these glass blunts. So we bought these glass blunts. We were using them to smoke weed out of. And then like one of the older kids was like, bro, that's a crack pipe. And we're like, what? No, it's like a glass blunt for weed. And they're like, that is a crack pipe, sir. We're like, oh,
Wait, there is a glass one. No, to be fair to Chris, there are glass ones.
now.
but
this
not
was
back
fucking
in the day.
2004.
But if you talk to any like,
Oh yeah, there was no
yeah,
glass
but so you
ones.
talk to any like OGs or some shit, some old black dude's gonna be like, nah, anything glass is crack.
Yeah.
If it's a bowl of weed, they're like, what's she smoking there, boy? Crack. I said, Jesus, I don't
Fucking
even know
dabs,
you.
like that's crack.
That's
Dabs is crack.
What were we gonna?
I was gonna say the story made up interesting. I don't know if this is whatever, but like the nugget to sushi scene. That was cool. Like
I thought we were gonna get like
yeah,
another word.
yeah.
They were gonna show the kind of food that each person eats. Maybe throughout the season. Maybe we'll get up to like the mayor's office and shit eventually, and like see like.
And then Spidey put in
Okay.
another good scene, the stairwell scene between Barksdale, his name? Yeah, Barksdale and his uncle, like in the stairwell. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that is dope. Like
Yeah.
the really cool stained window in the back.
Yeah, Amon and D.
the whole McNulty being off duty and then him deciding not to go after the carjacking people. He did decide not to. He brandished the badge, but he was just like,
he couldn't walk.
Oh well, I'm drunk. Yeah. maybe that's the difference between him and the other cops that were off duty. Like they were just itching to.
At least he's self-reflective. The other motherfuckers.
They were power tripping. They were like, we need to come to these projects to show everybody like who's in control. But the truth is that like, no, it's like that shit we were talking about with Kiyoshi, bro. Like, the people in the projects that live in the buildings, the civilians in there, they're being attacked from both fucking sides. You know what I mean? Like, they're like literally caught up in the middle of this fucking war, and they ain't got no other spot to go to, and they're just like, fuck, this is where I live at. The projects in Gary, the ones that I used to grow up in, or used to hang out in, which got found to have a bunch of lead in the ground, feel me? I mean, like, people ran drugs out of motherfucker, but like, it was more of a symbiotic community relationship. I mean, it wasn't a, it doesn't mean it was all hunky-dory, it just means it wasn't anything like this on the episode, but.
It's definitely not like easier. Like you saw, like with Barksdale, like they just came McNulty and them just came in. And they're like, all right, I'm just gonna arrest you now. Just
I mean,
shit's given.
He's a suspect in that murder, though. Like, so I feel like that arrest is like 100%.
The case was already solved, though. He already
him,
dismissed, done. He was free of charges.
But not that.
Yeah,
not the new.
Still,
I think like legally.
They arrested him for the interrogation, for the interview. Like he was a suspect in a murder. So to be arrested for a suspect in a murder. And to be like, we're going to do an interview with you. As soon as you get in there, you just ask for your lawyer, and your lawyer theoretically comes and gets your ass, and you get the bounce. But they have in there, what they said was 2 hours before the lawyer even came. Like, I think all that is.
So
you can just like text
can cops lie and do an interrogation?
Yes, they can.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
If a cop says anything to you, your response back should be lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some dirty shit.
And will be used against you bad.
That is so dirty. Like the cops could like make stories up and lie to you. And like we're okay with like physical torture, but that's like mental torture. So how we're not okay with that? Nowadays we're talking about mental health.
If a cop sits you down in the interrogation room, you say lawyer.
Mental torture.
You're
fucking to write a letter.
If you got nothing to hide, you should be able to.
He had nothing to. He also had nothing to hide though. The guy that interrogated, he had nothing to hide, but they made him feel like shit, making him write a letter.
He had plenty to hide.
I thought it
He's
was
a
very
drug
smart
dealer.
because I mean, yeah, they knew they could get some information out of him.
And I think
Obviously,
they break
he
you
has
in 2 minutes, man.
They just wanted to break him, so like, like Jack Bauer would have been in there like, oh, I'm gonna stab your eyeball.
Like,
they
kick
just
you in
did
the
it
nuts.
a different way and like got some more information, at least confirmed that like, okay, he's aware that his subordinates probably, or his his superiors probably off this guy.
Give me some.
The year of way back when, I found myself in an interrogation room very similar to that, talking with detectives. And you know what the fuck I said at the age of 18? I said, lawyer. Please and thank you.
Why were you in there?
Lawyer, none of your goddamn
Why
business.
were you there?
I ain't there anymore.
Can you tell me later?
Stealing the camera out of old
Like I
girls.
said, lawyer.
What the hell?
First off, I ain't steal shit, so I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
He didn't. Watch his
I'm
home.
gonna buy the shots later.
I said, lawyer.
Hey,
I do like how funny the show can be, because it's like very serious, but like the funny moments are fucking.
Yeah.
Like when Herc was up there on the roof and he was like, "Why is Kim always talking shit to us? Like we don't know what the fuck we're doing." Yada yada yada. And Carver was just like, "Bro, shut up." It's
Oh my
because you're
god,
a
damn it,
fucking
Herc
kid.
Carb. I was like, Carb, man, I kind of liked you. Don't be stupid.
And did you hear that Herc had 4 fucking brutality charges already?
Yeah.
Is that surprising?
This one would have been.
Bro, this would have been 4. I mean, like is that fucking surprising?
That's not surprising.
4 years.
Listen to him talk. He's just like, we're cracking skulls.
Budweiser.
It's not your job. It's not your fucking job, bro.
But I want to also say that I think that because the boy lost his eye, it's just gonna be like eye for an eye justice. I think it's just from now on, it's just gonna be, like the police or the state against these projects.
Bro, there's gonna be so much dirty shit still, dude.
Yeah.
No, that cop car is still there, broken up. They stole everything from there. It's war. I don't even know what's going to expect.
And I don't even know what this
They
guy
should
was
just
thinking.
open it up with all dude.
If you come in there blazing hot, drunk as fuck, and you got like a whole big apartment full of people, you gonna come in there and like survive?
But
that
asking
shit?
for trouble, man.
They should open it up with what?
With Presbyterian's whatever his name is, just with an eye patch.
Yeah. Eye for an eye.
Right, we just run it back and see what happened.
Yeah, I did love the way they got the information out of D'Angelo though.
It's kind of sexy.
And, yeah, we
nice
learned
guy.
more about McNulty here too. I appreciate
dance with
learning
words.
a little bit more about him, seeing where he lives. It's not, you know what I mean. He's not a man of much
He's
means.
a bachelor.
He seems to be living and drinking out of his car as well.
Living and drinking out of his car.
Gonna be like he used to live in the towers.
But he's got nothing on the walls. You know, he can't pay for the newspaper. I don't know. Tells you a lot about himself. But he's trying to.
Well.
Yeah, but yeah, they don't. I guess they don't pay very.
He does the job because he likes it.
Yeah. He's probably just like a dude, just like has his mattress and whatever. No shit's
That looks like a bad.
Hey girl, you trying to come back home and fuck on the floor?
You.
You guys ready to watch another one?
Yes,
let's do it.
All right, we'll see you guys at the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
The Wire Season 1, Episode 2. Let's talk about it. The quote is, "The game is rigged, but you cannot lose if you do not play." It's very obvious what happened to the witness. It's very obvious how he died, why he died, but still, Bunk is reluctant to do his job. Nobody wants to go up the ladder and be like, I think a witness might have died. It's a shit show. The Daniels and Rhonda scene, basically what I see in the police force is everybody is trying to accomplish their agenda through other people. I don't want to do my job, but hey, could you go ask this guy to do this one thing so I could do my job more effectively? It's all about, they call it suction, right? It's all about who has suction with who. And it just seems like everybody in the police force, they're more worried about their career trajectory than actually doing their jobs. Daniels is coming from the perspective like he gave me shitty people to work with because they want a quick turnaround. Just get something on this guy. Let's get him arrested. Let's get our numbers up. We're giving you the bare bones to work with. But that's almost kind of like a message to him too, right? Like this is what you get. This is what you guys get for stepping out of the chain of command. Fine, you want your own task force for this task? Here's your task force. And it's like the worst of the worst. And there's a quote that Daniel says, he sends me good police. I might get it in my head to do good police work. And it just sucks. But once again, we see McNulty going to the judge, skipping the chain of command in pursuit of actual justice. So shit actually gets done. He goes and talks to the judge again. And this time he's like, leave my name out of it, bro. Please, don't mention my name. But that seems to be the only way shit gets done is when you skip the chain of command. Then we go back to the pit, but they're eating chicken nuggets. And the chicken nugget story I thought was really fascinating because, you have Michael B. Jordan talking about oh man, whoever came up with the chicken nugget, he must be a millionaire. And then D'Angelo comes in with the reality of it, and he's like, bro, the guy who made the chicken nugget works in the basement, and he didn't get shit for that. We always talk about trickle-down economics, how, the people that benefit from the top, it trickles down and it benefits people on the bottom, but it's really the other way around. It's trickle-up economics. People at the bottom are the ones doing the work and coming up with the ideas and getting shit done, and the benefits of that go upwards. And I think the chicken nugget story is a good parallel for the task force that has been created for the Barksdale case, and they're working out of this dank-ass basement, just like the chicken nugget guy, presumably. If they manage to bag this case, if they manage to get Barksdale, really, who's going to see the benefit of that? It's going to be the deputy, it's going to be the judge, it's going to be the people higher up the chain that didn't necessarily have anything to do with it. They're not directly involved with the case, so I thought the chicken nugget story was a very good parallel to the task force working out of the basement, trying to get shit done. And then we meet Presbalewski. Oh boy. Presbalewski has entered the chat, and he is a shithead. Within 2 minutes of him being there, he's talking to Carver about his trigger action, check out my gun, bro. And then he lets one pop off in the freaking the room they're in, and for anybody else, that would be, you're out of here. But Presbalewski is here through nepotism. He clearly doesn't belong there, clearly is bad at his job. Daniels even talked about him faking a shootout story for sympathy. He faked a story where he told people he was under sniper fire, but really he just shot up his own car. I'm not saying that there's a lot of police out there like this, but Presbalewski's character is there for a reason, to show you that people like this do exist in the police force, and there probably is a lot of nepotism in the police force. And on the opposite side of things, the nepotism thing, that's kind of a parallel with D'Angelo too. Presbalewski and D'Angelo are kind of similar characters in that they're both in their positions through nepotism. but clearly shouldn't be there. I don't think either of them wants to be doing what they're actually doing. They're just kind of stuck where they're at. I like guns. I own guns. I like to shoot guns. I'm very responsible. I don't keep, loaded guns in my house or anything, but I've met people like Presbalewski that are all about their guns, but they don't know shit all about gun safety. It bothers me so much because it makes the rest of us look bad. And he's all about his trigger action and look how light my trigger pull is, but he doesn't know shit about gun safety. Meanwhile, he's pointing it upwards to who it triggers me. It triggers me. Presbalewski's also not held accountable for his actions whatsoever. Like, he faked a shootout story about being under sniper fire. He let a shot go in his new job within 2 minutes of being there, and nothing's going to happen to him because he's protected through his nepotism. Going back to the pit, when Bunk and McNulty show up to question D'Angelo, the 5-0 shutdown procedures, everybody's like, 5-0, 5-0, shut it down. And it's just no fucks given. Like, you think they would try to be subtle about it, but it's literally as the cops are walking up, and Bunk and McNulty can hear everybody around them going, 5-0, 5-0, but it's just like, that's the level of organization. It's not just the people in the pit that are doing the job. It's the people in the apartments. They have lookouts through the windows, like keeping track of that shit. So it just shows the insane organization. They find that vial off the ground and they give Bodie and D'Angelo a hard time. And then Bodie says, y'all come around here and pick shit up off the ground and pin whoever you damn well want. And Bodie says this, and I thought this was kind of an ironic statement because he's clearly guilty of selling drugs and he's clearly guilty of doing bad things, but this statement is a social commentary for people that do get taken down by these tactics. I mean, there have been, I can't think of any specifics, but there have been cases in the past of cops planting things on people just to get that arrest. So it is something that happens, and it is something that should be noted and recognized, but it's just ironic that Bodie said that because he's clearly guilty. I really loved the sequence of Kima on the rooftop taking pictures. I thought it was a really good technique that Bubbles and Kima came up with the red hat, the colored hats. I think that was a very clever way to point out the players in the game. And I just really love that sequence because everything feels so candid, and like she's taking the pictures and then the still frames of the pictures. It just seems so authentic and so real and so candid. I really enjoyed that sequence a lot. And then we have the conversation with the higher ups. We have Deputy Rawls. They were talking about McNulty, and Deputy Rawls is completely fine with firing McNulty. He's like, I want to get rid of McNulty because I cannot trust him. But McNulty is just doing his job. The only trust is that he went out of the chain of command and made Rawls look bad, but it's like, bro, that's not grounds for firing. He's essentially ready to fire somebody for doing their job. Like, that's the kind of mentality we're working with here. And then Burrell says there is literally no money for witness protection in Baltimore. So that was the interesting point of this episode, is McNulty is trying really hard to get justice to this witness that died and get answers. But the flip side of that is that if this becomes fully public knowledge and if this goes to the media that a witness was killed, no one is ever going to want to step up again to be a witness if they know that they will not be protected. And if there's no witness protection in Baltimore, I'm curious to know if they're telling people that there is witness protection and that you will be protected, but they're just kind of lying to get them to testify. I don't know if that's what's happening, but it sucks. It sucks. But the funny thing is, it doesn't need to go to the media for people to know what happened. Like, that man was shot and left out in broad daylight for people to see. Like Serge said in the first reaction with the parallel to Bunk's story about killing the rat. People already know. It doesn't need to go to the media for them to know what truly happened. So that's like the ironic thing, is the police think that they can cover it up, but it's already out there, bros. D'Angelo's interrogation, they broke him, but it was through half lies. They weren't really being truthful with him, but they were able to break him and almost get him to do things and say things that would have helped him out. But it's like, what is really the ethics of doing that? Like, I know it wasn't too big of a deal. They got him to write a letter, but how far can the police push that? Like, how is it ethical to break somebody through lies if it accomplishes the greater good? And if it works once, then how far will they take it the next time? And then I noticed some really good details in the set design. When Daniels was giving his big speech in the basement, there's a poster that McNulty is standing in front of, and it's a poster about waste reduction. And it says, "Waste control is the problem of everyone working today. A small waste of material, a few minutes lost, a tiny error or mistake. Each may appear unimportant, but added up at the end of the year, they sum into a staggering total, which must be added to the cost of doing business." That's a fantastic little detail that is a direct metaphor for just how things are done, both in the drug world and in the police force. A tiny mistake here, a tiny error here, it all adds up to the end of the year for cost of doing business for both the police and the drug lords. So I just thought that was a nice little detail with the set design. And then we have the big showdown, kind of, with Carver, Herc, and Prez getting drunk and then going out to do police work, which is so beyond unethical and so beyond... It's so messed up what they did. It's so messed up. The three of them want to walk around like we're police officers, so we're untouchable. But when you push a community to the brink, they're gonna fight back. And that's what we saw happen. Amidst that, Prez takes out his gun and starts shooting upwards into the apartments, not knowing where they're being fired upon from. So he's just indiscriminately shooting into apartments where families live, where children live. It was just a really fucked up sequence. And I hated the three of them so much for that, because it's so messed up what they did. And then we find out, the morning after, when Daniels comes to kind of reprimand them and talk to them, Herc has 4 prior police brutality charges, and Herc said none of them sustained, and Daniel says, but all of them were true. And that's a really fucked up thing to find out, that Herc has so many police brutality charges. And of course, the police is going to protect the police, so he's not gotten in trouble for that. But that's the thing, is like nobody has their behaviors corrected, and so it just continues. Prez has no accountability, Herc has no accountability, so why would they change their behaviors if they know they can do this and keep getting away with it? And, obviously the 14-year-old ends up blind in one eye at the end. That's just so messed up. I do think that 14-year-old maybe shouldn't have done what he did, but he didn't do anything wrong. He was just standing there, and of course Prez wanted to be the tough guy, and it was just a really messed up sequence, man. It was just really messed up. And then Daniels helps them come up with the cover story, and that was a very sad scene for me to watch, because I would like to think, for Daniels being a black man and having to come up with a cover story for these dumbasses, I just feel like that would have been a really shameful and difficult thing for him to do, but he has to do it, you know what I mean? It sucks, but it had to be done, I guess. Daniel says, if I hang them, I hang myself. Besides, you don't give your own people to the IID. So it just shows you how protective the police is of themselves, even if what they're protecting is so beyond unethical. What are we willing to do for the greater good? You know what I mean? Like Herc and Carver being protected from what they did allows them to stay on the case so Daniels can have the manpower to do what he needs to do. It just sucks. There's no right or wrong in this show. It's all just shades of gray. And it's so hard to know where you're standing at any given time. And I think the show really, really makes you feel that. That's it. That's my notes for episode 2. Hope you enjoyed it. It was another long one. It's hard to keep these short, man, because I noticed so much on a rewatch that I just... hopefully you guys aren't getting bored with this, but I will try to keep these shorter. But I'll see you for episode 3. Peace out. And if you haven't done so already, comment below, share the video, hit the subscribe, and hit the like button, because that's the best thing you can do for us for free. You know what to do.
Thanks for watching The Wire with the Normies. Check us out on Patreon for early access and uncut content. Special shout out to our super patrons Explorin' Dylan, Nick, Ruby, Aaron, Michael Henry, Joe, I Eat Pink Tacos, Flower House, Keyboard Junkie, the NYR Fan, and ZJP. And we will see you all next time.